Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do 5.3 today. Much shorter video. I'm sure you'll be very happy about that. But we're going to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. And that's actually our objective, is to perform math operations, sorry, bad grammar, on our polynomials. All right? I have one important fact for you. Important fact. There's your important fact. And it says, like things are going to do math together. And when doing subtraction, be careful to distribute the negative. That's a the negative. All right, so you really just want to manage your math. I am going to show you a couple of different ways to do the first couple of problems. I do not have an opinion how you do them, whatever method works best for you, and I actually do have an opinion, but whatever works for you is the method that you should choose to use. So I'm just going to do quite a few different examples today. So for the first example, I'm going to actually do it both methods that the book talks about. I want you to do math. Woohoo! We like it when we get to do math. I'm going to have 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x minus 9, and I'm going to add it to x cubed plus 6x squared plus 11. All right, so the two different ways that the book shows you how to do your math. They call the first method the vertical method, okay? And it's actually pretty handy. I like this one because I think it makes it easier to see your math. Here's my 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x minus 9. And then I'm going to add x cubed plus 6x squared. I don't have an x term, plus 11. So in the vertical method, you want to make sure you line everything up almost as if you were adding decimals. Remember that there's an understood 1 to be there, and then I add. So I would do 2 plus 1 is 3x cubed, 6 minus 5 is 1x squared, nothing to add to the 3x, and then 11 minus 9 is 2. And there's your answer. So fairly easy, nice and straightforward. The other method that the book talks about is what they call the horizontal method. And basically all you're doing is just grouping like things together. So I'm actually not going to rewrite this since we can still see it, but I would put my like pieces together. So I would have my 2x cubed and my x cubed, and then I would do my minus 5x squared and your 6x squared. And then I would do the 3x, there's nothing for it to play with, and then I would do the negative 9 plus 11. So it's exactly the same process, just managing it in a slightly different arrangement. And then when I do all of that math, I would get 3x cubed plus 1x, that's an x squared, plus 3x plus 2. So I get exactly the same thing, just in a slightly different arrangement. So sorry, I keep hitting my desk. I have no opinion about which method you use. All right? Your next example. Again, it's going to say, do math. Woohoo! I love math. All right, so the next one is 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 7. And I'm going to subtract, oops, oh, I wrote this down wrong. This one's the minus, this one's the plus. 8x cubed minus x squared plus 5x plus 1. And I'm going to probably do the vertical method because I think it's just a little bit neater. So I'm going to rewrite, so I have 8x cubed minus x squared plus 5x plus 1. I do have to be very careful to distribute that negative. Minus 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus 7. Now I can add those guys together. 8 minus 3 is going to be 5x cubed, negative 3x squared, plus 6x minus 6. And now this one is done. So it's actually pretty quick math. You just can choose the method that works the best for you. All right, so there is adding and subtracting. All right, so the next problem that I'm going to do is multiplication. And we've actually done some of this already. So I'm going to write do math again because I think that's kind of funny. Woohoo! All right, so to multiply, the book shows you a couple of different methods again. But I am going to override the book a bit, and I'm going to suggest, you don't have to do it this way, but I am going to suggest that you do your box, because I think the box is probably the most efficient and easiest way to manage your math. Alrighty, so let's do this one. I'm going to put the biggest thing on the top. It just makes my, oops, that's a minus, minus 6. It makes my box nice and polite. Draw my box, okay, and then I have, there's my 3 little cells, and then on this side I have y minus 2. All right, in this cell I'm going to get a negative 2y cubed, positive 4y squared, 3y squared, minus 6y, plus 12. Love the box. I think it's so cool. Notice again that your like terms are along your diagonal, so if I just kind of draw those so you can see that, there are your like terms. And then when I add my like terms together, I'm going to get a negative 2y cubed plus 7y squared minus 12y plus 12, and there's your answer. Ta-da! So very nice, okay? Again, the book shows a couple of different ways to do it. You could manage it with FOIL. I don't care. I like this method, so that's going to be the one that I'm going to show you. All right, I have a couple more examples, and then we're done. Lucky dogs, today's nice and easy. All right, so your next example, still doing math. Woohoo! All right, this time I'm going to have x minus 5, x plus 1, and x plus 3. Well, that's weird, because now I have 3 different binomials multiplied together. So I'm going to do them 2 at a time for the first one. And just because those 2 guys happen first, that's the one I'm going to do first. So I'm going to do x minus 5 and x plus 1. There's x squared x minus 5x minus 5. Combine like terms along the diagonal. And I'm going to get x squared minus 4x minus 5. Well, I have to do one more multiplication, so now I'm going to do the second piece, and I'm going to be a wee bit lazy, and I'm going to just draw my box right there beside it. Okay, so now there's my x and my plus 3. And now I'm going to fill in my second box. I get x cubed, 3x squared, minus 4x squared, minus 12x, minus 5x, and then minus 15.
Yes, Tommy Cook-Myers could come to the front of the building, please. Tommy Cook-Myers to the front entrance of the building. Thank you.
Sorry about that. That was your public service announcement for the day. Combine my like terms along the diagonal, and I get x cubed minus 1x squared minus 17x minus 15, and then I'm done. Woohoo! We like it when it is quick and efficient. All right, one more example, and then I'll turn you loose on your problems. Still doing math. Woohoo! All right, this time we're going to do a negative x squared plus 4x plus 3, and we're going to multiply this guy by 3x squared minus 7x plus 6. Yowzers! All right, so I'm going to draw my box a little bit bigger. Here's my 4x and my plus 3. I'm going to have a big old honking box. There's my box. There's my columns. Okay, and then I have 3x squared minus 7x plus 6. I guess you can't see the whole box. There we go. Now I'm going to start doing my math. This is a negative 3x to the fourth, 7x cubed minus 6x squared, 12x cubed minus 28x squared, 24x, alrighty, almost done, 9x squared minus 21x and plus 18. And notice, isn't that cool, that all of your terms are still along the diagonals. So cool. So now when I combine all my like terms, I get a negative 3x to the fourth. 7 plus 12 is plus 19x cubed. And then I have 9 minus 6 is 3. So I'm going to have minus 25x squared. 24 minus 21 is plus 3x plus 18. Ta-da! Looked way harder than it is, but that's kind of cool when I can do it in my box. Alrighty, let me go to, actually I think I can get them all on this page, so let me give you your problems, okay? So here are your problems. Told you it was a much nicer video today, nice and short. Alright, you're going to do math. We're still doing math, woohoo! Alright, number 1, I'm going to have x squared minus 3x plus 5, and I'm going to subtract a negative 4x squared plus 8x plus 9. Problem number 2, you're going to have 2a squared minus 8, and then I'm going to subtract a cubed plus 4a squared minus 12a plus 4. Problem number 3 is going to be x plus 4 times x squared plus 6x minus 11. 2 more. Problem number 4 is going to be 3y squared plus 7y minus 2 times 4y squared minus 12y plus 4. Okay. And one more problem, problem number 5, x cubed, a little bit different, plus 4x squared minus 5x, and then multiplied by 4x cubed plus x squared plus 7x. Alrighty, there are your 5 problems. Good luck with those, and we will go over them tomorrow in class. Have a good evening.